Animal 2000. I have a very important, well, it's not that important, but whatever. Aliens. They've been in children's movies. They've been, well, I mean specifically more Disney movies. I mean, they're not necessarily oriented to children, but horror movie. Well, wait, have they been? Whatever. Most of all, science fiction. Dun dun dun! Okay, just kidding. Well, I mean, yes, they are in science fiction, actually. Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. So, yeah, that brings up the question. Do aliens really exist? Now, actually, according to Drake's equation, there should be thousands, if not millions, of alien civilizations. Possibly even spacefaring ones, because if you want to, have a civilization, Drake's equation basically says that the amount of good stars in the galaxy, by good stars, I mean good stars for student life. I'm talking like the smaller ones, like the yellow and orange and red ones. The smaller ones, not super giants. The blue ones are not that good at hosting life because they're like candle. They burn really fast and then they die out in a huge supernova and eventually become black holes. So there'd have to be like a yellow, orange, or red sun, like the smaller variant, not like the big variant. Life can exist on a red dwarf, but it would probably be different from that in yellow sun, which is what Earthlings live on. So, and then you'd have to have that multiplied by the possibilities, by the location of the planet, or aka the Goldilocks zone, aka is also known as, multiplied by the possibility that life should exist. I'm talking like good atmosphere, what's it called? Not so extreme weather conditions to the point that it makes life impossible. I'm talking Venus. And, pretty much Neptune. It would probably have to be a terrestrial planet. Although there are theories that there might be jellyfish-like animals on Jupiter. Although life can exist on a moon. So, and then you'd have to multiply that by the amount it would take to... You'd have to multiply the amount of suns in a galaxy by you have to multiply the galaxies in the universe by the number of yellow stars in the galaxy, habitable suns in the galaxy, by the habitable planets in the galaxy, by habitable by the forms of life on that world, on those planets, multiplied by factors it would take. I don't even know the Drake equation myself, so forgive me if this information is inaccurate. But according to Drake's equation, there should be millions of alien life forms. Now, why haven't we detected any of them? I have a few possibilities. The first one is that we already have detected them. We just don't recognize this alien life. I'm talking, like, you know how on Mars there's actually methane being produced? Certain people think it's because of what's called geothermal action or something like that. But what if I told you that was actually created by bacteria? And under Europa there could be creatures swimming around the icebergs, under the cold icebergs of Europa. In Titan, there could be methane-based creatures that rely on methane, not oxygen. And don't forget that conspiracy I had on moon life existing, which that basically states in a nutshell that it's possible that bacteria could have come to the moon via meteor, and that would have hit an icy area, and the heat and cold would combine to create somewhat habitable conditions for bacteriums, and then they would establish colonies, like slime molds or something on the moon. I don't know. I mean, it's not 100% likely. I'm just saying this is a theory, but it could very well be real. The second possibility is that we really might be alone in the universe. I mean, I never thought about it. I don't think this is true. Personally, I think there are plenty of other alien civilizations out. The aliens are probably just bacterial beings, or they're too advanced. Or maybe they are sending us signals we just That's probably called the weather. Just kidding. Just kidding, guys. You can believe that if you want to or not, but the point being, maybe we are truly alone in the universe, in which case, obviously, it's going to be our duty as sapient creatures capable of building rockets and space travel to populate the universe with life. The third possibility is that they're not in our level of sophistication. Like, maybe they just exist as bacterial beings, or they're just tribal aliens, or maybe they're still as advanced as, I don't know, certain ancient I'm talking like ancient as in they didn't know much stuff. Ancient, no offense to any ancient cultures, and heck, they may not even have reached sapience yet. I mean, we might. Humans are probably the only sapient species on the planet. Now, it could have been possible that there was a sapient species, and according to Discovery Channel, The Future's Wild or something, the next time intelligence is gonna pop up is apparently 250 million years in the future. Now, there are a variety of intelligent beings on our planet, aside from just humans. Apes and monkeys are still relative intelligence, because of course they need to plan for the future. Dolphins, elephants, crows, ravens, jays, octopi. All of these are very intelligent species. Whether or not... Oh yeah, pigs. Pigs are intelligent. Sheesh. Moral of the story: don't rip off scabs, or your hands become really bloody. And I didn't mean bloody in, like, the other term. I meant bloody in, like, actually covered in blood. So, or maybe we're just too simple, and they're just too sophisticated. We might be bacteria. They might be. I want to keep this politically correct. I mean, I'm not a fan of it, but whatever. They might be hundreds of times more advanced. For all I care, they could have created our entire universe. I mean, who knows? Now, there's actually this thing called the Great Filter. There are three possibilities about the Great Filter and on us. Either we've already reached the Great Filter, the Great Filter is ahead of us, or we're the first to succeed the Great Filter. The Great Filter is just something that prevents most species from advancing to a certain stage. Now, in the case that we're the first, that could make sense, being that we don't know any other alien life. That we might be the first Now, whether this is being warm-blooded, having an external body covering, developing relative intelligence, technology. I mean, I'm recording this stuff on my phone right now. Or even something as so simple as being eukaryotic. Now, this thing that says we've already passed it, I mean, that could be any one of our steps in our evolution, from being mammals to being warm-blooded, to walking on 2 feet, which, by the way, it's probably either developing intelligence or developing into eukaryotic beings. Now, the third possibility is this, a negative one. The Great Filter's ahead of us. Translation, where I would insert a certain word here, but apparently it's profanity, so I'm not going to post it. And it's ahead of us, and now that could be global warming, poverty, war, and basically any problem that exists today. Any of those problems could lead to the Great Filter being ahead of us. But I do think that, I mean, I'm not too sure, I just read it somewhere on the internet. The benefits of having advanced technology. So, the point being, do we know if they exist? We may never know. Although the TRAPPIST system or whatever that was, we found that there might be even 7 planets in the Goldilocks system, and one of them may even have water. I mean, it does look like a sunset on a what's it called? An icy cave room, but there might be life for all we care. We may not be able to see, but that doesn't. I mean, the life we find is probably going to be carbon-based. And what about those gray aliens that you see all the time? Now, there are theories stating that those gray aliens are actually just evolved humans, but personally, I don't think they are. I think they're just other aliens from planets where being small and evolving those conditions would have been beneficial. Although, so please, so you can post in the comments, what do you think aliens look like? Do they exist? And where did they find them? Basically, any curiosity you've had about aliens. And do you think that what do you think aliens are going to react when they find our planet? Do you think they're going to laugh about our technology? Do you think they're going to be scared of us? Is it going to be... Oh, wait, what Stephen Hawking said is we need if we don't find another planet to live on by the year 2100, we're done for, which I don't think is going to be a reality, but he is a very wise man, so... I mean, it's best we find more habitable planets for colonization. We should probably work on trying to make the Earth better before we go to other worlds. Because you know what they say, home sweet home. Or, Stephen Hawking says if aliens did find us, it would be what happened with, when one group reaches another and diseases get transferred between the two groups and both of them suffer huge losses. That's what would happen. Yeah, at least according to Stephen Hawking. Personally, I think we might find others, and if we don't find other alien species, then obviously the next aliens of course are going to be humans adapted to live in certain environments. So post down in the comments what you think aliens look like, do they exist, where they exist, and how we're going to find them and how they're going to react to our technology. Like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Wild Animal 2000. Catch you out.